Come here now, girl.
So if you just looked at my title, you know what I'm going to talk about today. The reason is, one of my friends planned on buying a Superbike, okay, and he didn't have enough money to buy a brand new one out of the showroom, so he met up with the manager and everybody in one of the Superbike showrooms in Cochin and decided to buy a used Superbike, and used Superbike which is used in a showroom, okay, that is a test ride vehicle, okay. And when he told me this, I was a bit skeptic about him buying it, because if it was me, I would never buy it. And these are few reasons why I or you should not buy a used Superbike from the showroom. And when I mean used Superbike from showroom, I mean a test ride vehicle, okay. Number one, and this information I should put it out first, okay. This information I have gathered from a very reliable source, okay. When I mean a very reliable source, I mean a person who used to work at a service center for two very renowned Superbike brands. Well, one I wouldn't call Superbike, but really well built machine, a cruiser. Probably you would have guessed which one. And another imported Superbike firm, and this one is actually a Superbike, okay. Yeah, so he used to work at the showroom service department, so he quite well knows what goes behind the scenes in a showroom, and these are the information that he has given to me. Information number one: since these Superbikes are changed every year, because when the 2015 model goes out, they bring into 2016, so they end up with a 1-year-old Superbike which has been ridden 1,000 times. So just for 1 year, okay, if you look at the maintenance cost for a Superbike, it is, what a riser, wow. Yeah, so if you look at the maintenance costs, it is very expensive. So first thing these service people do, they don't maintain the vehicles. They don't do the service in proper intervals. They don't change the oil. They don't change the filters. They don't change the tires, brake pads, fluids, whatever a Superbike needs service, they just don't do it, because it's an investment that is gonna last for 1 year. And if you buy a brand new bike just to use 1 year, you're obviously gonna trash it. Plus, that's not your own money. You only pay about half of what it costs, because it's a test ride vehicle. So when the company gives you, that's one reason. Reason number two: if you buy a used Superbike from one person, that is an individual who has bought it off the showroom as a brand new one, you can be 99% sure that he is the 99% of the time he is the only one who has ridden it, okay. That is almost a guarantee that he has taken care of the vehicle very well. That's second reason. And second reason, I'm not very clear in that, because every showroom has a different concept of giving the test ride to the people, for the customers. Some showrooms, they only, oh my god, some showrooms, they only give a test ride after the customer has booked the vehicle. Some showrooms, they give the test ride to anybody who just walks into the showroom asking the details of the vehicle. So that is something that you will have to look for when you have to buy one of the things. You got to look, okay. Yeah, the reason being, if you buy it from an individual, he is the only one who's going to use it. If you buy it from a showroom, a test ride unit. Okay, today I will ride it, tomorrow somebody else will ride it, the day after tomorrow somebody else will, your friend will go ride it. So if you're looking in a year, okay, or let us not go for a year, let's go for 1 month. Okay, if it is a very high peak sales showroom, means where the quantity of the movement of vehicles is very high, means let us say every day one customer comes and test rides one vehicle. Okay, in a month, 30 days, that's 30 people riding the vehicle. Okay, Sundays are holiday, so let us take Sundays away from it. That is in a month, 4 Sundays, 4 weeks, 4 Sundays. That is 26 days. 26 people have ridden that vehicle. Okay, and not all of them would take care of their vehicle as if it's their own. While the original customer who bought it from the showroom as brand new vehicle, he would 100% take care of the vehicle because it's his own vehicle. It is his own hard-earned cash that is going into that buying that vehicle. Okay. Reason number 3. There is a lot of people who work at a showroom, and chances are that one in every showroom is a rev head. When I mean rev head, if you have visited India Bike Week, or if you have seen India Bike Week videos on YouTube, or one of the Facebook videos that got viral by Tushar Burman, I think that's his name, Tushar. He's a reviewer, or I think he runs Thrill of Driving YouTube channel. If you don't know them, if you haven't checked them out, go check it out. He once says that in one of his videos about IVW that people simply come and rev the tits out of their engine, and which is 99% true. I wonder why they put these pink color rods on their handlebars. It's not as if it does any help for them. It is a 150cc bike, for crying out loud, or a 200cc bike, for crying out loud. Use your indicators, kids. Whatever. Okay, so yeah, obviously there will be one service person who is a rev head. Okay, and he's gonna rev the tits out of the vehicle at time whenever he gets a chance. So if it is under load, that is if he is redlining the vehicle on road under load, when it is moving very fast, then yes, it is somewhat acceptable. But in India Bike Week, you cannot go ride at the red lining of any superbikes. You cannot do that on Indian roads, frankly saying, unless it is on an express highway or a very empty highway, which India Bike Week is not. So when in standstill mode, that is when you are just parked the vehicle and revving the shit out of it, the life expectancy of that engine is depreciated on a very high level. If in a day, okay, like a 2-day IBW ride is over and he is revving it both days, okay, and the amount of craze that people in India have to see these bikes getting, like it's too much. If you're hyped about people applauding you to do that, you'll obviously rev the crap out of your vehicle anyways. Especially when it is your showroom vehicle and you don't have to give a crap about what happens to it. So, if an engine is expected to last for 10 years, after 2 days in IBW, it's probably 6 or 6.5 years. I mean, a lot of people will disagree, but when you look at facts, yeah, things are like that. Okay? And the third, the most irritating thing is that these companies, like Superbike companies, let us not take any example. I don't mean to demean or insult any brand. Let us take Superbike manufacturing companies in general. some of them every year they give a quota of, you know, you can take a bike for a test ride at half the cost of what it actually costs on road. You only pay half the cost, but you can only do certain 1,000 kilometers or certain X amount of kilometers on it every year as test ride. That's the only. If you have to give it more than that, then the showroom will have to pay a difference cost to the company who actually gave the vehicle for test rides. So what this, I mean, if you are a willing customer to buy a Superbike and they say that, sorry sir, the Superbike has run this much kilometers this month, we cannot give you the ride, obviously you will go for some other bike. So the showroom guys cannot afford to do that. So what they can do is, let us say if the limit is 3,000 kilometers, if in 2 months instead of 1 year the 3,000 kilometers has been covered by the employees or the test ride, which is highly unlikely, but still, if it has been covered, okay, the showroom or the owners of the showroom is not going to pay a difference just because they have to sell few vehicles, mainly because the margin they make out of selling the Superbike will be taken away by the company because they have done extra kilometers. So it is not viable for them. What is viable for them is cutting off the wire. The speedometer wire, which actually takes the speed the vehicle is traveling as well as the kilometer it's doing, it just simply take a scissor and just chop it off. When they do that, even if it runs 100,000 kilometers a year, the speedometer at the end of the day will show only 3,000 kilometers. So the benefit is that some companies, they say that you actually invest initial half amount of whatever the vehicle costs, okay, and at the end of the year, if you haven't covered more than the specified amount of kilometers, we will replace it with a brand new one for free. So at the end of the year, even if the engine has run 100,000 kilometers, what they will do is they simply replace the cable and show that they only run 3,000 kilometers and take a brand new vehicle. That is, giving the 2015 vehicle to the company back and getting a brand new 2016 company for no costs. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So these are the few reasons that I would see not to buy a used test ride vehicle. Basically, it is a test ride. I mean, nobody who gives a damn about what happens to the engine or how the bike is maintained, because it's a test ride vehicle. It's only meant for 1 year until the model changes. So nobody gives a damn about what happens to the engine. So if you are one of my viewers, I'm quite sure that you are a man who has more common sense than money. And if you are not one of those, go ahead, buy a test ride vehicle from a Superbike showroom and suffer the consequences. If you're the kind of guy who's having more common sense than money, please don't. If you agree with me, like this video, share it, comment. If you don't agree with me, dislike this video. And as always, ride fast, ride safe. Thank you for watching, guys. Bye bye.